I'm surprised this anime doesn't get more attention than it does. To me, it seems like something perfectly suited for Western audiences, despite its main political focus being on Japanese society. I mean, it starts in Washington, D.C., for God's sakes. First of all, let's get the actual plot out of the way. It's not really anything to write home about. I mean, I'm personally tired of the whole battle royale genre. I'm just talking about Fortnite here. No, but seriously. The whole concept of a phone that can do anything you want by just calling it, right? Seems like a premise that I've seen before, despite me not seeing this premise before. I mean, the closest I've seen to this premise is Mirai Nikki, and that kind of tells the future on a phone, and that really gives you anything you want. It's also a mystery according to the My Anime List page, which I guess it is, but it's not really anything gripping like something like Erase was in its early episodes. However, it reveals enough for you to keep interested, I guess, and not just completely tune out immediately. Where the story really shines is in its commentary on Japanese society, and more specifically, NEETs. So a NEET, for all of you guys who don't know, is a person who doesn't work, doesn't do any schooling, and just kind of chills all day, I guess. I mean, the whole word stands for not in education, employment, or training. Japan is running rampant with young people like this. I mean, I can't really blame them. Japan's work culture is fucking horrible. People are very overworked, 15 hours a day type overwork. I mean, people are pulling 80 to 90 hours overtime in a month, no problem. Combine that with a long ass, most likely stressful trip to work, and those people are literally working themselves to death. It's no wonder many young people don't want to be part of that lifestyle. NEETs, to no surprise, are not looked at too kindly in Japanese society. They're kind of like the equivalent to what you would think of a neckbeard here in the West. However, this show shows the positives that those group of people could do. It shows that there are ways can also be used as a force of good at times. So how does this relate to a Western audience, you might be asking? Well, apart from a lot of people in the West identifying as NEETs nowadays, it also explores internet culture via a social media website called Eden. Now, Eden is a lot more of a 4chan, or I guess 2chan since it's Japan, than a Facebook, and houses a lot of NEETs. As a matter of fact, that was the whole creator's intent, just to make a paradise for NEETs. This site's goal in the story is to show good intentions that could come of a place like this. Sure, 4chan is a fucking horrible place a lot of the times. However, some good has come out of 4chan and other places like it. Things like justice on animal abusers, or groups like Anonymous that, despite what your opinions are on them, you can't deny that they haven't done some good stuff, like shutting a lot of ICE's Twitter accounts, which has helped out. Another reason why this relates to a Western audience is the main character itself. He was raised in the US and grew up watching a lot of Western movies as a kid. And you could tell that the author really loves these movies because he's constantly referencing these Western movies, things like Taxi Driver and The Bourne Identity. He's referencing them all through this main character. Even the title itself seems to be a reference to a book of Steinbeck by the same name, but that one I'm not too sure. It could have just been a coincidence. The rest of the characters you don't get to see too much. I can't really say too much about them. I mean, they're good characters. They serve their purpose well. However, one person I do want to talk about is the female main character. I love her character. I love how she isn't just an archetype like tsundere or whatever, but she's actually a well fleshed out character. She's a college student that is lost in life, she doesn't know what to do. This is it's so relatable, especially, for someone my age. The romance between the two is also great. It feels real. They aren't just too busy worrying about holding hands or being alone or whatever, you know? They're just two people getting to know each other. And out of that, you know, like a relationship starts forming. It's not like every other anime where they make like such a big deal out of it, I guess. This anime isn't perfect by any means. However, yeah, it's a pretty good anime. Sure, the premise isn't the best, but what it has to say can relate to the whole world. We are globalized now and share a lot of the same problems. This anime is a reflection of the 21st century, and as such, I just think it deserves a watch because there aren't much anime that do this at this scale.